For Off the Block, I'm Van Lips, and we are now joined by BYU middle attacker Joe Grosh as his team is preparing for the NCAA tournament. Joe, on Sunday, you guys found out that you were in the NCAA tournament field going to be in a playing match against Barden. What was your team's reaction when you guys saw the selection show and saw that you'd be taking on the Bulldogs?
Well, first off, we're really excited to be in the tournament. It's such a huge deal. For me, this will be my third time going, and it's definitely something you can't take for granted. For playing Barton, it seems like they're a really good team. They have their stats are really good. We haven't watched film on them yet, but I'm excited to see what they can do.
Well, talking about your experience, Joe, like you said, third NCAA tournament for you. What has been the biggest thing that you've learned from your 2 times in the NCAA tournament before?
I think it's mainly being able to relax and just play the game. Seems like the last couple of times we've been there, it's a lot of pressure that gets to you. But honestly, it's like, for me, this will be, I've never played in it before, but I've been there enough to know kind of like what's the schedule, what's going to happen. And I know just basically you have to go and play hard out, because that's it. That's the last chance you'll get.
So looking at the schedule as it is right now, obviously you have a little bit of time off, before the match. So what has been kind of the mood in practice this week, and what have you guys been working on?
Well, right now we're mainly working on just trying to find the areas where we've been weak in the last couple of weeks and improve on that. So transition, other blocking as well. We're just trying to clean up certain aspects of our game, so when we get into the tournament, we can do the best we can.
Yeah. Now, one of the crazy things, not only about the tournament this time of year, obviously big matches, but in the classroom, you guys have big stuff going on with it being finals week. How are you and the rest of your team handling kind of the work-student balance of having the finals and preparing for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, definitely. Right now it's kind of a sprint to the finish, just because the last day of finals is tomorrow. And honestly, it's unfortunate timing, but it's also a really good timing that we're not playing this week. It's good just because we can take our finals, kind of hurry up and try to get those done as best we can, and then move on to volleyball and just have only that to focus on. So I think, honestly, it is a little hard to deal with, but at the end of the day, I'd rather be able to focus on the finals, take those, and then move on to the NCAA tournament.
Right. And just out of curiosity, what's been your favorite class this semester?
My favorite class?
Yes.
Oh, man. I'd probably go with I'm a finance major, so the fixed income analysis class that I took this semester is really interesting. Learned all about bonds and stocks and stuff that I don't know if you'd be interested in, but for me it's fascinating, so I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I may need to contact you about that sometime, but I will ask, want to ask you about financial advice here, but I do want to ask, on the court a little bit, jumping back, obviously MPSF tournament came up, know you guys would have loved to have won it, but weren't able to. What's the biggest thing that you took away from that MPSF tournament run that you guys had?
The NCAA tournament from last year?
Oh, no, the MPSF, the conference tournament from last week, sorry.
Oh, the conference tournament, excuse me. Yeah, so, honestly, I think we got it seemed like things were off. Like, we came into the game and it just didn't feel like the energy was just quite there. And, which sometimes, that's going to happen, but I think we could do a lot better job of getting out of that instead of worrying about it. So, definitely, a loss is a loss, and sometimes you lose and your season's over, but sometimes you lose and you get to learn from it. And I think this is a perfect learning opportunity for us to know, maybe our energy is going to get down at points, but we have to figure out how to manage that and come back.
All right. And one final question for you before we let you go. You look at this NCAA tournament field coming up, obviously it feels like it's anyone's game. How confident do you guys feel that this can be the year you break through and win a national championship?
Nothing's set in stone. Last several years I've been there, I've always felt like this is going to be our year, this is going to be our year, but it doesn't pan out. So honestly, I'm kind of going into this tournament, no expectations, just going to play my best, and we'll go from there.